Good morning, everyone. Can I please see some faces here? Very, very good morning. And a very, very happy Thursday to everyone. It's a random day. Hi, Harshal, seeing you after very, very, very long. It's so good to see so many of you join from different places. It's not just the location, but I see so much dedication when each of you come from either office or sitting at home or carving out that time, even when you're driving or doing anything at all, is something that really motivates us as well to keep on going with this, even at a time when we know that most people do not get the time now to log on to the main session that we're doing, and they join us virtually or they listen to this session later on YouTube. Hi, Seema, I'm seeing you also after so long. It's so good. We're seeing so many of our older students after so long with in-person classes gone. It's a different feel altogether. Hi, Jaya. Hi, Jaisal. Hi, Amita. It's so nice to connect with each of you. We had actually sent a reminder yesterday because today's session we want to not only speak but also do some beautiful downloads now that we have reached the festival season, so to say. Every festival coming upon us, and I find myself more and more diving into what the meaning of these festivities is. We all know what the festivals signify on a superficial knowledge level, and I'm not here to say that my knowledge on any of these is very deep, honestly, but I am doing my best to understand the festivals in a deeper fashion, sometimes in a simpler fashion, to be able to explain it to my kids. Now that my elder son is 2.5 almost, I know that just simply explaining him what Raksha Bandhan meant or what it signifies and how we're looking at, protecting our siblings, being there for our siblings. Yeah, my house help who takes care of him so much as well tied a Rakhi to him, and he went all day behind her asking her, "Are you sister? Are you sister? Are you sister?" And that Rakhi was so precious to him that he went around everywhere protecting and making sure that it didn't fall. When it fell down, he stopped in the middle of the road. We were crossing the road. He stopped in the middle to pick up his Rakhi, and I had to assure him that I'm keeping it safe. Don't worry about it. And next year onwards, in fact, I want both my sons to tie a Rakhi to each other. I just want them to know what it means before they do that for each other, instead of just sort of doing it, because the idea of being there for our siblings, protecting our siblings, that is what the message was, and that is what we wanted to get through. Now that they dressed up for Independence Day as well, now that we're upon Janmashtami, I was looking at the deeper meaning of it. And of course, today, what I wish to share with each of you today is probably too deep for kids to understand. But it did bring me upon that knowledge and understanding, and I felt there was so much for us to learn from it. He is, in fact, so excited that it's Lord Krishna's birthday that in his dream, literally, the incentive to get him to sleep is, it's Lord, he refuses to make a cake with Lord Krishna. So I said, you know what? He said, I'm making a cake with Lord Ganesha. So I said, his birthday is coming. There's some time for that. In the meanwhile, why don't you take his help and make a cake for Lord Krishna? So they've settled upon Makhan ice cream for just now because he refuses to make Makhan cake, and they're going to do that. And that's his incentive to go to sleep, so that he can do that and he can prepare some cake and ice cream for them. Okay. But wishing everyone a very, very happy Janmashtami. I know some people are celebrating it today or tonight, rather. Some people would be celebrating it tomorrow. And the rest of the people would just at least be enjoying a holiday on that count that is there. And as since we're doing weekly sessions, I might as well wish each of you today. And as we're understanding Janmashtami, it is to understand that we're celebrating the birth of Lord Krishna. We're celebrating the birth of Lord Krishna. We do so in many, many ways. Of course, it is Janmashtami. So it falls on the day of Ashtami. Ashtami is when we understand it deeper. A true blending. Just give me 1 second. Apologies. Okay. Okay. So, Ashtami, when we look at a deeper understanding of what it is, of what it signifies, Ashtami is said to be a true balance between the seen and the unseen aspects of the world that we live in, of the realms that we live in. We all understand that there is so much more to our existence than we simply understand. So when we're talking about what are the seen aspects that we're talking about the materialistic parts, the things that we can see, the things that I can buy, the things that I can tangibly see within my life that might signify my growth to me, that might signify or that might bring me any certain emotion such as happiness, joy. What are the material aspects that can do that? So whether it is buying something, whether it is acquiring my own house, whether it is any of those aspects, the seen aspects of the world. And when we speak about the unseen aspects, we're talking about the spiritual realm that is there, my spiritual growth. Those things within my journey that truly give me joy, give me happiness, make me feel like I am moving forward in my journey, in my evolution. So for so many, it's not just, okay, I've bought a new house. I might have bought a lot of different things. But we hear this so often when we're doing classes, when we have a person coming in for a session, where they'll talk about the knowledge they've gained and how that satisfaction that it brings them is unparalleled. The shift that it brings for them is unparalleled. That in itself can unfold so much within our lives. Now, how many of us can successfully say that we are able to balance these two aspects within our life, the seen and the unseen? What we see and what we feel, the materialistic and the spiritual aspects of our life. There was a time in evolution wherein earlier, we keep saying, even as we evolved, even as the different yugs come, there are different things that are given importance, because we in our journey of evolution are understanding better each day, are understanding deeper the meaning of life and how to master it each day. So there was a time where when we wanted to grow spiritually, what was believed was the correct thing to do was to give up everything that was materialistic. So you give up the materialistic and you go into the mountains, you meditate, you isolate yourself, and that is how you make your spiritual journey. Okay, there was a time where it was all heart. You hear the stories before, and people were so generous. It was about giving, there was no manipulation, there wasn't all this worldliness which had set in. The Satyug times and the times long, long before. Okay, so there was a time when humans operated primarily out of heart. And then technology came in. Now, do we like technology? People pine over the older times and go like, yes, but those were such good times. Those were such good times. They have that longing for that good time. And if I'll tell them, okay, let's now these times that have come about that you resent at times came about when evolution happened, when technology evolved, when we started operating out of our minds so much. Can you leave your phone for a day? Can you abandon all of those things? And they're like, no, 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 those times were good, but of course, I need my phone too. You have to understand, I have so many things to do. So, of course, technology has brought us so much. Technology has brought everything at our fingertips. Anything I want to know, anything I wish to understand, any support I wish to receive, anything I wish to receive, physical, material, spiritualistic, everything is available at my fingertips. Today, just the fact that we're doing a healing session or that so many people are learning now online is such a great example of how material and spiritual come together. You're using materialistic things to make your spiritual growth, to make your spiritual journey. A big part of that evolution is also coming to terms with the fact that paying to gain spiritual knowledge, to gain healings, is not wrong. Materialistic and spiritual coming at a balance with one another is a big part of our learning, because we came through the time of where everything was just heart, then we reached all mind. And that is when our big, like you say, kids have a growth spurt. We had a growth spurt. And suddenly we evolved in terms of technology as well so much. Now is truly a beautiful time of being, because we are at a point where materialistic and spiritual, now we have to find our own balance between the two and learn how to be at peace with it to be able to truly evolve and grow. So any of you that might be struggling with your journey, how? In a manner where, okay, I truly wish to learn all these things, but you don't understand, my schedule doesn't permit it. I cannot leave everything and do that. I cannot abandon my children and go and learn something. I don't have the support from my family members or the financially or anything to do it. Where you feel like the materialistic things within your life are not permitting the spiritual. Or vice versa. A person is sitting and only meditating all day long, and where their materialistic life, where their actual practical life is suffering. People are feeling like they're distancing from them. They're unable to make their materialistic growth in terms of, getting themselves a comfortable house, a comfortable lifestyle. Anytime that we find ourselves struggling with any of these things at a thought level, at a level where what we are saying is somewhere creating that vibration as well, we really need to look at and understand if our beliefs somewhere lead us to believe that I have to have one or the other, or that they come turn by turn, or if we are struggling to accept any of those parts of ourselves. Because understand, guys, that genetically, historically, and on so many levels, sometimes you might even have the conditioning where it is bad to be materialistic, or it is bad to be too spiritual and forget all your responsibilities. Now, why is it that I discussed that today? It is not just the meaning of Ashtami, where I told you where, the seen and unseen realms come at perfect balance. We spoke about Janmashtami being the celebration of the birth of Krishna. Now, can anyone share with me on chat or anywhere a few of the titles, a few of the things we associate with Lord Krishna? When you think of Lord Krishna, what is it that comes to mind? There's so many stories you've heard. There's so many associations people make with Lord Krishna. Share with me quickly what comes to mind. Expansion. Keshav, okay. Shyam. Madhus. Okay, other than names, I want associations. What do you associate with him? Any story that comes to mind, anything at all. Gita, okay. Karma Yogi, love, bubbly nature, Bhagavad Gita, smart, Krishna Sudama, great yogi, innocence, divine being, Govardhan, Parvat, butter, Mahabharat, naughty, beautiful, Makhan. So many different things. Now, have you noticed? So if you, let's just take one of these, okay? Makhan. So you will hear us fondly call him Makhan Chor. Right? And it is a name we'll very fondly have for Lord Krishna for when he was younger. Now that is something which we associate. Now in general, if we are saying the word chore or thief, is that something we perceive positively within our lives? No. But when we are referring it to Krishna, we see it as such a joyous, positive thing, a being which is full of innocence. If you notice all the various titles, all the various roles that Krishna has played in just that incarnation of his, okay? He was a great yogi, a great spiritual teacher, but he was also a thief. He was a king, but a king and a very good politician, but he was also a priest. If you see all the various aspects that are associated to him, he was a warrior. He knew how to guide one for war, but he also knew how to renounce war. He was a being who was full of innocence, full of joy. You have all those things where you talk about all the naughty stories. He's not the God where you just associate with, okay, so much discipline, so much simplicity. There's innocence, there is joy, there is naughtiness, there is a title of thief. He stole the gopis' clothes, he stole the butter. He was a thief. But he's also somebody you will look up to for what are the learnings that are there. Yet so many gopis, you associate him to joy, dance, love, expansion. And at the same time, when you think of the Mahabharata, you see what strategies he had. How he knew how to streamline those very same thoughts and also look at how to strategize and move forward. He was a great politician. He was a great king for his kingdom. He knew how to save them. So there's so many different aspects. So his birth in itself and his being in itself, the reason he is thought of with such fondness, such joy, they talk about celebrating, is because they say his existence was very complete. There were so many aspects of him that seem opposite to one another, but are very complementary. Now, when we can look at and we can idolize somebody for all of those beings, for all of those qualities that they held, and see how complementary they are to one another, then where is it that within ourselves we might be struggling to do the same? We never single out one aspect or one story or one element and say, no, this aspect is bad, beta, so don't look at that. When you might be reading stories to your children, to your grandchildren, you might share all of those stories with equal amounts of joy. Because it is all about that perception that we are holding. When I perceive that, when I perceive him stealing Makhan as an act of innocence, as that spark of joy that is there in a little child, then that is what I convey to my child. I do not convey to him anything else. So this day, today, we'll not only be doing downloads for the same, but I urge each one of you to look within you. See what aspects of yours are there, because we all have the good and the bad, the naughty and the innocent, the smart and the simple. Many a times, though, when it comes to our own existence, we think we can have one or the other. If someone operates very strategically, very smartly, they think about how to go about a certain business, a certain decision they have to make. Have you noticed sometimes where we might be saying, they're too smart, huh? They're too smart. You wish to say it positively. You might even want to go to them and ask them, listen, how do I go about this? But for some reason, we feel like because they're that smart, I don't associate the term simple with them. A person could be smart and simple. So many of these stereotypes that we tie also come in when we are unable to accept that there could be qualities within us that might sound contradictory but can be complementary to one another. They say so many times when women become mothers, for a while they might choose to hold on to that motherly body, more curves, hold on to a little fat, because society and even in our mindset, so many that is perceived as a good mom. So you see a supermodel wearing short clothes and going to drop her child to school, and you see someone healthy body, they've worn their either rundown clothes, or they've worn a kurta, or they've worn something where you can see they've not put an effort to get ready and they're dropping their child to school. And you have to go and approach one of them and ask them for advice, ask them for something about the child. Who are you going to go to? Most people will go to the person that looks like our perception of what a mom should look like. She must be a good mom. Just because the other person took time to do their makeup and get ready and get fit. In our minds, in our norms, we have actually tied so many perceptions where without realizing so many of these qualities, we might not be embracing within ourselves. You can be simple but smart. You can be innocent yet naughty. Can we accept and embrace those things even within our children? They'll do something out of complete innocence and act silly and all. You're like, oh, they've become very stubborn now. They've become very naughty. You're like, no, they're just being a child. Children do stupid things, silly things sometimes. Children throw a fuss sometimes because they're understanding their emotions. But when in our minds, when in our language, we start labeling another person, we start labeling ourselves. We even take on these labels from what people tell us. Somebody says, oh, this person is very smart, huh? Very smart, very calculated. I know somebody recently was doing some acupressure. Are you very calculative? I'm like, I don't know what that means. But the way she said it, it didn't sound like a very nice thing. Like, I know what calculative means, but I'm like, what do you mean? I mean, I said, I'm not a person who will generally, manipulate, if that's what you mean. And then she tells me, no, I mean, before spending, you will think about it and calculate and then do something. And then I was like, sure. I mean, if you're putting it that way, yes, I probably will. But today, I'm going to do some downloads, and I urge each one of you to look within. Spend this Janmashtami doing something different. Spend this Janmashtami allowing yourself to accept the materialistic and spiritual realms within you, to accept all the various qualities within you, to accept them and embrace them. And you will see how beautifully they automatically fall in rhythm with one another. Till you are running away from something, till you're avoiding something, it keeps having a hold over you. The minute you go like, okay, so this is what it is. I accept that I have some horrible thoughts sometimes. It stops having that hold over you. So in so many spiritual meanings, they even talk about how there, Kans represents that fear that is there within us, that demon that is there within us. And Krishna is that love that is there within us. And simple philosophy, fear and love cannot coexist. There has to either be fear or love. So if I'm scared of something, doesn't mean I'm not a loving being. I could be a very loving being, But in that moment, I'm choosing to let my fear dominate. In another given moment, I might allow my love to dominate. But till the point I keep running away from that fear, it will always have a hold on me. So allow yourself to see all the qualities that you have. And then choose the ones you want to operate from. Krishna did not run away from any of these roles that he played, from any of these titles that he was given. So many titles he could have been given. So many gopis, so many wives. He did not run away from the titles. And the minute a being is at peace with every title that is associated with them, automatically that becomes something that is celebrated, that becomes something that is positive. Even in our very monogamous culture, we actually celebrate the story of Krishna. We celebrate Radha Krishna, Radha who was not his wife. Because what we choose to see is that pure love that was there. Similarly, when you're going to accept and embrace every part of who you are, and take your time to do that, but see within every festival how there is that message which is so clear and yet we don't see it. Something that is so obvious in front of us and yet we don't see it. Okay, and then see the difference that it makes. So I'm just going to connect, see what downloads come in for today. Also going to download for everyone wherever required, wherever you might be ready for it, the essence of expansion that is there. Because yes, as one of you rightly said, Krishna does signify expansion in lots of manners, so that you may also be able to expand your thoughts, your mindset, and allow yourself to embrace all that there is. Embrace every part of yourself and embrace the various qualities of those around you as well, so that we may stop looking for mirrors around us. We feel like it is fun for people to think the way we do, to behave the way we do. But if everyone did think and behave the way we did, I promise you, you would not enjoy it. It is a fact that everyone is so different, so complementary to one another, that it makes a situation very beautiful. If two people thought exactly the same way, had exactly the same mindset, they'd also get stuck in exactly the same places and not have, and there'd be such energy of stagnation, because their thought starts and ends at the same place. So there's no room to move. But the minute there is within your mindsets some spark that is different, together you can problem solve. The two same shoes are no use. Two same puzzle pieces are no use. But when they're different, you will find a way to make them fit, just as long as you're ready for that. Okay. So is everyone ready for the downloads today? Yes? Okay. Let's see. So just simply close your eyes and allow yourself to take in 7 deep breaths. Breathing in joy, breathing in expansion, breathing out, breathing in love, breathing out any fear, anything that holds you back, connecting to who you are. And as you do so, as you connect to every aspect of your being, you're making the intent actually in the universe to connect to all of who you are, to accept and embrace all of who you are. With the downloads that I know and understand, the creator of all that is his definition and perspective of expansion, that I know what it feels like, how to, when to, and that it is safe and possible for me to expand my mindset now, to expand my comfort zones now, to allow the energy of expansion within my life in a manner that is for my highest and best and in my highest and best way. That I know what it feels like, how to, when to, and that it is safe and possible for me to grow, that it is safe and possible for me to evolve, that I know that I grow and evolve at my own pace, that I know that it is safe and possible for me to expand and allow myself to embrace every part of who I am, that I know and understand the creator of all that is his definition and perspective of acceptance, of joy, of love, that I know what it feels like, how to, when to, and that it is safe and possible for me to accept each and every part of my being as beautiful, as whole, as complete, to see each and every aspect of my being, each and every aspect of who I am and how I operate within my life, as the creator of all that is sees it through a divine lens, that I know what it feels like to understand that every quality within us, every learning within our lives, every part of our being, and every part of every experience that we choose to create for ourselves comes in for a learning and comes in to help us grow. And as I choose to accept the all parts, to accept all parts within me, to accept the people around me, and to accept the situations that I am in, I allow myself to embrace them with joy and with gratitude and with a lens of gratitude and divinity. I allow myself to see what it is that I have to learn within these aspects, to see where it is that I choose to grow, and to see what aspects within my being I truly choose to nurture more, to understand that all of who I am is in rhythm with one another. And as I join this rhythm, as I join this flow, that I can grow ahead in a beautifully harmonious manner. To understand as well that each person is unique, and understanding the energy of uniqueness, the energy of divinity through the creator of all that is from the seventh plane, and allowing myself now to see the divinity within myself and the divinity within every being around me, to understand and embrace the uniqueness that lies within my being and within those around me, and to understand that as I am in an energy of acceptance of the differences within me, of the uniqueness that is within me, of the diversity that is within and all around me, I allow that to expand my horizons. I allow myself to be in true joy and true love, releasing any fear I may have of the unknown and embracing all that there is as simply an element of divinity that is there. To know the creator of all that is his definition and perspective of accepting and embracing all the situations and viewing them from the lens or and perspective of the seventh plane of the creator of all that is, so that I may see the positive within every situation, and to be able to take in the positive, to be able to learn from the negative, and to truly move forward within my life now, that I choose to embrace all that there is. I know the completion that lies within every being, and I know the creator of all that is his definition and perspective of completion, that I know what it feels like, how to, when to, and that it is safe and possible for me to now embrace the energy of joy, the energy of completion, the energy of divinity, and the energy of so many different elements and aspects within my being that create my unique light. I accept them now. I enjoy them now. I embrace them now. And I choose to move forward and shine my divine light, feeling happy, feeling joyous, feeling confident, and feeling safe in expressing to the world exactly who I am. To know that I can be in true expression of my being at all times, and that it is safe for me to do so, that as I accept myself, that automatically that acceptance is all around me as well, that I am in true essence who I am, and I allow myself to express the same safely, joyously, kindly, happily, and beautifully. Can I download these feelings into each person who's hearing this now or later, into every cell, atom, molecule of their body, every area of their life, at all four levels of their belief systems, and in any or every language ever known or understood by you for your highest and best in your highest and best manner, Simply say yes to receive this energy of this download. And for all who've said yes, just simply sending in the beautiful energy of all these feelings, of all these downloads into every aspect of your being. Visualize it as though it's a beautiful waterfall of golden light that's entering your being now. Slowly and simply penetrating your aura, lighting up every cell, every atom, every molecule within your space, within who you are, within your being. This beautiful feeling, this beautiful energy, washing over every element, every body part, every level of your conditioning. As you accept today how beautiful and complex our beings are, how fortunate we are to experience all these various parts of our being, so diverse, so complementary. As this light enters your very core, who you are, see this light glowing within you, growing within you. As it reaches and as it has penetrated all of who you are. At a soul level now, somewhere close to your heart, seeing your energy expand as though it's a beautiful ball of light, spinning, 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 and simply growing and expanding. Helping you reach your highest potential. Embracing within it all the varied colors that are there, all the varied aspects of your being. This beautiful multicolored light, as it glows out of you, as it grows within your being. See this light starting from your heart, simply expanding, 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 expanding. Embracing all that comes within. Embracing it as its own, accepting it. And simply choosing to override it with the energy of this love. As it grows and expands and expands and expands and expands, it takes over your entire being, your entire auric space. There's like this huge bubble now, all around you. Covers all of who you are, all of your aura, all around you, as far as it would like to go. You are but a simple aspect within this bubble. And as you choose to now, and as you command to the universe to lend you that divine lens, where you can see just how incredible you are, how incredible everything within this bubble is, every element of your being, your everything within you, everything around you, the situations you are in, the place you're in, the people you're with. As I'm going to count to 3, and as you're going to tap this lens now, see as it transforms into a beautiful telescope lent to you by the universe. 1, 2, and 3. With one tap, there's this beautiful divine lens where you can see everything from the beauty and from the perspective of the universe that is full of unconditional love, from the perspective of the creator of all that is, that has nothing but love for every part of who you are. And within this short span, simply the knowing that you have access to this divine lens where everything is meant for a purpose, where everything has love within it and at the center of it, is with you now. To understand whenever you may need to, any situation, any person, any aspect of your being. The only thing you require to have access to this lens is the energy of love, is the energy of acceptance. Quickly folding up this lens now to make it pocket size and storing it safely within your being. Clearing and cleansing yourself in the beautiful white light of the seventh plane, of the creator of all that is, of unconditional love. Feel this unconditional love now within every element of your being. Know and say to yourself, I am complete. I am diverse. I am beautiful. I am amazing. I shine with the true light of who I am. I am in connection to all that there is within me. It is safe for me to love. It is safe for me to embrace all of who I am. It is safe for me to accept others for who they are. It is safe for me to shine my light and be in true expression of myself and my being, to be in true expression of my divinity at all times. I am here, I am grounded, I am balanced, and I am one. As you say so, simply feel the energy of these words, illuminating every part of your being. Opening up your chakras gently and in a balanced manner. Gently awakening your Kundalini. And then feeling safe, feeling balanced, feeling completely within your energy and in connection to your energy, and still so connected to all that there is around you. Whenever you feel ready, grounded, balanced, integrated, you may come back to this room, come back to this space, and with a big broad smile, open your eyes. Okay, seeing people come back. So please remember, everyone, the universe is also within you and all around you. We live in a world where now True balance is what we are here to master. And true balance comes through true acceptance. This Ashtami, allow yourself to focus on all the varied aspects of yourself and simply at least affirm to look at them. Do not close your eyes to any of those things. Look at them, accept them, embrace them, and see the beauty of diversity. The beauty within diversity is the key to it all. As you do, you will automatically unlock all the potential that lies of expansion within you. So allow that expansion for yourself, allow that acceptance for yourself, allow that acceptance for those around you, and have a truly, truly happy Janmashtami. We'll see each of you next week and share with you, and I'm looking forward to seeing each of you there. Please share with us if there's any such introspections that help you as well. And make sure you're expanding within your being and spreading that light within your being and around you. True expression is something you must never shy away from. And true expression will come when you're in true acceptance of who you are and of all the light that you hold. Okay? So think about that, and I'll see you all next Thursday. Take care. Bye.